because some accident. I don't know what it is because it's 5 or 6 lanes and 167's 3. I wouldn't know.
I've been working, like I said, for 10 years, and I've probably seen the amount of accidents I've seen within 9 years of working on every other, all the other freeways. I've probably seen about that much within working, I don't know, about a year on I-5.
Right, so tenfold.
It's crazy. It's, people, I don't know what it is.
Well, what's the science behind that?
I have no idea. There's a lot of drunk drivers you don't realize that are out there at night.
Right.
Like, when you're on the freeway, you might see it every now and again when you're driving down the road and you see somebody swerving, but when you're actually out there all the time, you're like, holy cow. There's a lot of people out here that are just swerving in and out.
Right, you can tell.
Yeah.
Well, when we would start at 5 in the morning and coming in at 4, especially when I lived in Maple Valley and I'd leave at 4, I would see that quite often, actually. people swerving and when no one's on the road and you're like, damn, it's 4. The bar closed at 2, man. What's going on?
What's going on?
Just keeping it going.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. There's kind of danger when you're out in the freeway and there's so many people, but for the most part, I love doing it. Yeah. That's why I've done it for so long. The company I'm with treats me super good. Anytime I want time off, all the overtime I want, they're going to give it to me. So,
well, are you close to the cars? Like, are you in danger ever, really?
Yeah. When we're first starting the lane, we have to take that lane and kind of get people out of it.
Right.
So, nobody reads signs. There's, 10% of the people actually read the signs.
Right. And road work ahead type deal.
We're in the right lane. And there's overhead signs and everything, but they don't read it. So they're rolling in the right lane and they're throwing their fist to us while we're pushing them over and merging them over.
Right.
So, as I'm one of the guys that actually take the lane, you have to take 18 barrels to take a lane.
Okay.
Every skip, so every 20 feet. So you have to take that lane in 18 barrels in that amount of time. So when you have cars zipping by you,
right.
60, 70 miles an hour, it's like they yell at us, but it's like, hey, come on, dude.
Yeah.
All you got to do is read a sign and get over.
Right.
Well, it's not like it's a fucking inconvenience or anything. God, just move over a lane, you ass.
Yeah. You see the flashing lights.
And you're not doing it. You're not doing it in rush hour traffic. Like you're doing this at night usually when there's time for you to get a barrel out.
Yeah. Well, it's still pretty busy because we usually start taking lanes around 8, 9 o'clock.
That seems kind of sketchy.
Still pretty busy at that time. Yeah, it can be sketchy at times. I've had some near misses.
Some close calls.
Yeah, some close calls. I've been on a truck and truck's gotten hit. So.
Oh, by a car?
Yeah, a car. I think it was by the West Seattle Bridge. We were taking a lane there, and we came up to hop into the closure. We actually came up to block it off. And car, you could hear the screeching tires, and I'm on the back of the truck. I'm like, oh, God, this is going to hurt.
You're standing on the flatbed part?
I was actually standing on the side. You know how there's for bigger trucks, there's a little step for you to hop onto?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, I hopped on, and I was getting ready to hop in the passenger seat so we could roll up. And as soon as I hopped on, I heard screeching tires. I'm like, oh, God, I'm gonna get thrown from this truck. But luckily, it slowed down enough to where it hit us. It jacked up the car. It hit us, but it was just kind of like a sway forward in the back. It wasn't where I got launched.
It didn't throw you.
Split second, I was like, I'm getting thrown 40 yards.
Yeah, you probably got scared there for a second. Yeah.
So what was driving home today, and I-5 is down to 1 lane,
mm-hmm.
and this is noon on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Why do they do that?
What
can you do during the day that you can't do during the night?
Summertime weekend closures. It's they have so many limited days in Seattle that you have nice weather. So when they get a weekend, that less traffic is gonna be on the road because there's way more traffic during the week. When you have less traffic on the road on a weekend, they're allowed to take lanes and take lanes all weekend. So we have weekend closures that last from 11 o'clock Friday all the way till 5 in the morning Monday. And so within that time, they can get a lot done. Especially, you think about it.
Do they work all day?
And all night? They have
overtime.
Different crews. They have a bunch of subcontractors that come in, and Gary Molina's going to do concrete. These guys are going to do the grinding, and these guys are going to do something else. So throughout the entire weekend, there's multiple different companies doing different jobs on their job site.
Okay.
So just weekend closures during the summer. It's going to be, I mean, think it was bad this summer. It's going to be worse next summer.
With all the work that's going to have to be done?
Yes. This is the busiest that we've been in the past 10 years in the labor's union. They said they're down to like the last 5% of people.
Wow,
in the union.
on the call list?
Yeah, on the call list, yeah. So
that's really good.
Dang.
I mean, everywhere you can see it. Everywhere you go, there's road construction somewhere.
Yeah. No, people are working. The economy's booming right now. So,
and especially with the Sound Transit.
oh yeah, that new deal that got passed, or the that we all voted on, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people were upset about that at work. I voted for it just because, like, that's something, you know, taxes, whatever. None of us like paying more taxes and all the taxes that we pay, but when it comes to transportation and like all the traffic that we have in Seattle, when I voted yes, I was thinking to myself, like, I'm so sick of every single day I'm in traffic. And Seattle traffic's so bad, and even on the weekend when you guys aren't doing construction, if anything's going on downtown or a carnival or festival, or even nothing at all, there's traffic everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere you go. I mean, it sucks, and I feel bad half the time. But then again, I don't because I'm getting paid. So.
Oh, when you're causing worse traffic, I wouldn't feel bad at all, man. Yeah. That's how you're providing for your family. And hey, if you guys don't maintain the roads and we don't continue to like do work on the roads, they're not going to be viable anymore. There's going to be no roads to drive on, so it is a pain in the ass. But that's why I voted for it. So sorry, everybody, on your property taxes in King County.
I enjoy smooth pavement myself.
Yeah, right.
Nice.
You know, when you drive down a road and there's potholes every 5 feet, you're like, what the fuck are they spending my tax money on?
Well, even just the road noise. If you start driving over that fresh paved road, like you can, all of a sudden, all the road noise disappears. Like you're like, man, my car's quiet. Or you start hearing every little tick and tack that your car actually does driving down the road, you know?
Right. There's certain times.
Like, oh, man.
There's certain areas on I-5 when I'm driving to Tacoma where it's like you're on the road and it's like, and then you hit a smooth part and it's like, you know, it's a huge difference. And I appreciate a nice paved road. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Plus, your shocks and your tires and all that stuff you want it to maintain.
It's wear and tear on your vehicle.
Wear and tear,
I drive a big-ass Jeep, so suspension's the least of my worries. But
yeah, well, I'm in a little Acura RSX, and so when I hit a big pothole and it's... I'm thinking, oh, shit, is my tire going to fall off? Did I lose, did it damage my vehicle somehow? And it's that wishbone suspension, so you feel it throughout the whole vehicle. So the front tires are connected, So
next time, buy American.
So it breaks down every fucking 10,000 miles? No, thanks. This thing's got 220,000 miles on it, runs perfectly.
Oh, so any day now it's going to break down.
If it were a Ford or American, it wouldn't have made it to 220, so I don't want to hear that shit.
What made you get into the union?
A cousin of mine. My cousin. He was like, come on, dude. I was looking for work. I got out of the military, and I was looking for work.
Military.
Yeah.
Where'd you serve? I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. I was in Iraq. I was Army National Guard.
Okay.
Which I did, all types of different things in there.
Did you sign up after 9/11? Was that your motivation, or?
That was part of my motivation. Also, kind of not knowing exactly what I was going to do
with your life.
Yeah, and just kind of like looking at it. All my uncles went into military, and they had good careers in the military, and they were they had all good stories about it. Kind of want to follow suit. Also 9/11, and just snowball affected things that I was like, let's do it.
Yeah.
I straight out of high school, a week after graduating, I went straight to basic.
Oh yeah, so you signed up right away.
Oh yeah. I was like, I don't have college in mind. I don't know if college is right for me because I wasn't the best, academic student.
Right.
So I was like, I don't know if college is going to be right for me. And getting out, when I got out, I had the GI Bill and went into college and
for free.
For free, but the thing is I was so used to being a grunt and digging holes, and because I was a carpenter in the military, and did a lot of concrete work, and I was so used to being hands-on that when I went back into a classroom, it was like, yeah, that's right. I didn't totally like this.
Yeah.
Even though I was kind of getting paid a little bit to go, like everything was paid for, and I was kind of getting a little extra and not a whole lot, but a little extra.
Right.
Even then, it was like, I just don't want to do this.
This wasn't for you.
This wasn't for me. I mean, great for people that become doctors and lawyers and everything like that. But just for me, it was like, I got to get into something else.
So how long did you serve?
I served 6 years.
6 years?
Yeah.
So did you sign up for 6 years when you first did it? Or
the National Guard is... So I was actually in for officially 8, because the National Guard it's not 4 like active duty. It's 6 years of active service and then 2 years of inactive. So they could still call you back within those 2 years.
Okay.
And it happens. It happened a lot, the past war, Iraq war.
Right.
Because when I deployed, we did training with a group of people, a unit that they were all people that were inactive. They had been out of the military and not been a part of it, but they still had their 2 years of on contract. Mm-hmm. So they pulled them all back in. They needed a new unit to go and be mailmen. So all these people, they had different jobs. They were not by any means, mail carriers or anything like that, but they were like, okay, we need a unit of mail carriers. So we're gonna grab all these people that think they're out but still on contract.
Well, they know.
And we're gonna form a group out of them, and a lot of them were pissed. You sign up for it and you think that you're kind of done,
right?
And then
you hoping for the best.
So you're coming home, Mom.
Yeah, I'm coming home. No, you're not.
No, you're
Uncle
not.
Sam's there.
Nope.
But I mean, there could have been way worse duty. I mean, they could have got assigned to like an EOD unit or something.
Yeah, true. I mean, it is what it is. I have no regrets. I loved my 6 years I served, and it was a great time. I got to experience a lot of different things, got a lot of different training, and I have nothing bad to say about the military. The military was great. Just, for the time being, I just really didn't see eye to eye with the unit that I was assigned to, because after we got back, I was part of the 803rd Engineer Detachment, and that was great. It was like, band of brothers, like everybody was there for each other. And then when we got back, it got dismantled and we got shipped out to Snohomish. And the command that I had there just didn't see eye to eye. And I was like, I'm going to try my chances on the outside. Let me go to college. And so I got that paid for and see what else is out there.
So it was about time for you were getting out anyways, unless you re-enlisted.
Yeah. It was just a decision to go other ventures. By the time I got out, I was a sergeant, and at that point, you kind of either got to make the decision: do I do a full 20 years, or do I get out now? And that you don't sign up and then for another 6 and get at 12, and then say I want to get out.
Right.
That's dumb. You're halfway.
You're
halfway to a retirement.
Right.
So at that point, 6 years, you kind of need to decide: is this something I want to keep doing, or do I want to chance taking a stab at the civilian life and do something else?
So you didn't want to do 14 more years. It wasn't worth it.
No. I just, I think if I would have had the same unit and the same camaraderie and the same, everything was the same.
As your first one?
As my first one, as my first deployment, probably would have stuck with it. But things changed, new command, new rules, it's just wasn't for me.
So Army National Guard, that's more less combat and more work. Is that how that works? I don't know, but
not necessarily. It's we're called the Weekend Warriors.
Okay.
We're they come in 1 weekend a month and drill and they train and
so that's what you did. So you weren't full time.
No, I wasn't full time. So I was still doing things outside. I had
a job.
I still had another job outside the military. Even though when I got in, obviously I talked to a recruiter and he was like, "There's no way." I was like, well, I kind of want to still do college. And he was like, there's no way you're going to get deployed. No way in hell.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way in hell. As soon as I got to basic, they were like, yeah, you were lied to.
Yeah.
All National Guard right now is getting deployed. Like, National Guard, they're kind of weeding off of sending all the active duty. National Guard is the one that's going. You're like, you are going. It's not a if, it's a when.
Yeah.
So a lot of my time, even though I was National Guard kind of reserve status, I was deployed a lot. Like, I had a deployment. We went there. We did training in Thailand. We did training in New Mexico. I was gone a lot. So having I signed up for college 3 different times. I signed up at Highline and had to leave.